Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast from the host Imperial Dane, the one, the only Master Propaganda Hero of Psych Defender of the Fatherland, off here to a 1v1 own Faymonville approach. In the north it is Jibber, fighting for America, freedom, democracy. Here rolling out with the 2nd Armored Division with heavy cavalry armor and rifle company. In the south it is Caesar fighting for the Oberkommandos Germany, Deutschland, here with the 15th Panzergrenadier Division with Feuersturm featuring Flammenhetzers, assault packages, incendiary munitions, the Oberblitz, and rocket barrages. We've got Fultgrenadiers here, Sturmpine versus Upstart, and as always a big hearty thanks to my patron supporters. Big thanks to them for their continued support here, heroes one and all. Other people can join the Minecraft page on Patreon, or you can donate by PayPal, links in the description, and finally, you can also just pre-order Companies 3 through the affiliate link, and also apparently you need to use the code Propagandacast, because apparently there's some issues there for the affiliate link for the time being, unfortunately. Hopefully those are resolved, but using that should hopefully ensure that I get a cut of that. So, as you know, comment, like, share, subscribe, because it's also a nice thing to do. So, off to the races here. We got Rifle Company here from Jibber with the EC8, Rifle Defensive Structures, Advanced Infantry Equipment, the M3 Half-Track, and White Phosphorus Smoke Barrages. We got Rifle coming about here for Jibber, Sturmpine firing off a few shots here. So far, Caesar focusing centre-south, Jibber more centre-north. Fairly, shall we say, standard there. We can see there, I think Jibber's looking to apply more pressure towards Caesar around the centre here, perhaps hoping to flank his card point. But at the same time, Caesar that looks like he's going to try and flank around here. Jibber's attempting to do exactly that with a Sturmpine, or he's just going to rush straight into it. We'll have to see there. Jibber, though, can go for a third rifle squad. It's also possible Jibber is, in fact, planning to... No, there you go, third rifle squad. Third point of Caesar, about to we might plan to go for fast lieutenant. Some players do that, but I think under current circumstances, that would be a bit risky here for Jibber to try and go for the fast lieutenant versus Caesar, who is certainly, I think, doing a fairly good job applying pressure to Jibber. Rifle squad being played out here by the sheer number of German infantry under Caesar's command, and he pushes forwards here, pursuing here the retreating Americans, as Jibber, of course, trying to just fall back in a more tactical fashion rather than just a full-on legged lads move here. But Caesar, I think he seems through Jibber moves here, quick moving up the Sturmpine, and Amanda that makes it harder here for Jibber to fall back safely with low health troops. And there you go, forcing a full retreat here. Really good push there by Caesar. We can all see the low health foot squad being dispatched southwards to grab points there. Run just retreated right away for reinforcements. He's going to use at least just grab some points to ensure they achieve some good. Thumbs up to Caesar. I would say that is his fairly solid prioritization there. Meanwhile, Jibber pouring in more infantry, realizing he needs more men now to take on the Nazis. He calls in more troops, and so does Caesar. To, shows us verdammt Amerikaner who's good at his ground northern fuel point relations, taking a very secure far away route there before retreating. Stumble a bit there. Got the southern munitions point here. 4th Fulton scored almost enough for Caesar. No upgrades yet for his men. Obviously needs to track out to go for MP40s, though he could technically go for a pretty early flamethrower on the Sturmpioneer, but he's, I think, very wise deciding, you know what, some mines would be a good idea there, and I think that is a really good assessment there by Caesar as well. Jibber, of course, can with his commander also lay down mines, but he's in fact going for a flamethrower. Which again, also I think is better. I think, but in this case, laying down mines because flamethrowers, I think, are both equally valid options. That said, I think a very valid option right now is to retreat that squad before it gets wiped out here by Caesar's men. The same here for Caesar's Fultgrenadiers up north here, lining up for push with the Reations and the Rifle squad, hammering in here to Caesar's front line there, which buckles, unable to withstand the pressure of America. Meanwhile, we got attacked there for Caesar with the truck on the way there. Imagine Jibber has yet to take up, apparently. But there you go, Captain is on the way. Bit of a rare sight in the 1v1 metagame where the Lieutenant is much more popular. But Jibber here clearly is a man who doesn't care what, gameplay mode he's in. He's going to go for the Captain. Truck at the ready here for Caesar. Could be battlegroup headquarters, could be mechanized. Some players do go for mechanized here with Feuersturm because they can just use the Blitz as an ambulance, but nope. Caesar's in fact going for the battlegroup headquarters here. The Kampfgruppe Hauptquartier in the south. The Rifle the Fultgrenadiers here. Troops pushing up the centre with a massive throng of Fultons backed up the Sturmpioneer at Rifle. They're forcing them back here with a lot of well-aimed shot at the retreating Americans, turning south to the Rifle here. Fulton caught here as well by the flamethrowers. Things suddenly getting a lot harder for the Germans as the flamethrower douses them in some very nasty stuff. Captain out the Jibber, pushing up to 5 squads infantry, by the way, which is a lot of infantry. The match is now Caesar's 5 squads as well. I imagine the Captain's going to be pretty swiftly equipped with the BAR, Browning automatic rifle. We've got a full retreat for Jibber across most of the front line here in the south, as Caesar successfully forces them away. And there you go in the north, the mine pays off for Caesar, killing 2 of Jibber's riflemen. And thumbs up here to Jibber. He's actually using the supervisor ability on the Captain. A very rare sight, him particularly on the 1v1 meta, to see anyone use the Captain supervisor ability. It's typically, I say, one of the markers of a sharp and attentive American player, and certainly puts him somewhere on the Dave scale. For those wondering, it's a reference to the player Classy Dave, who I consider still to be the pinnacle of USF play in terms of actually applying skill. So, thumbs up there to Jibber. Gives him 1 point on the Dave scale. Fulton being pushed back in the center of the route as they push 40 under Jibber's command. And we got an enemy fit forces to help slow down Jibber's forces. I imagine what Jibber is doing with the Captain supervising all the time was going to be pushing out a half track here, but I guess he figured that's going to be a bit too far off. Nope, now he can do it. He's got the fuel, he just needs the map. I can see there. He can then, in a matter of seconds, then force out the half track using the Captain's supervisor ability. Basically, the Captain actually paying it, like telling the driver to where to go, because apparently the driver's always this kind of clown who can't find his way forwards in France. I can't read French. God damn it, just take a right. Oh. So anyways, half track out there for Jibber. Stumpini taking a few man losses. Ralph's got, we got the half track here, rush forwards here by Jibber, and Caesar is definitely not going to be ready for this. I mean, as you might notice, he doesn't have a Kednaf, he doesn't have Panzerschrecks, he's got Zip. He hasn't even upgraded his Volkskandiers, so he's going to be quite defensive against the fast anti-aircraft attack here. But we do have some mines from Jibber as well here to further just make things move up to Caesar. Almost got the Stumpini wiped as the half-track unleashes a torrent of death in the general direction. Foot's been caught here and are also halted here in the face of American firepower here. Caesar's response is to go for the Kednaf as soon as possible. Worth noting, we're not seeing a flak half-track being rushed out, so more likely Caesar is intending, I think, here to just move straight ahead for the strap-funded quarters. But there you go, half-track just hammering away there. Again, the supervised move there proved to be very successful there for Jibber versus Caesar. And wrecking the sandbags of the half-track.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Meanwhile, a push forward here, but Caesar a fresh advance for the Reich. No upgrades for his troops yet. Perhaps he's planning a Panzerschreck now with the start of the anti-aircraft track. Maybe not. Ambulance is almost done there for Jibber. Freedom and democracy. Could be hold 40 for Caesar. Bit of skirmishing there, bit of murdering. Up north, we put pop with the half track. Veteran 2 again here in the full Grenadier in the face of Jibber's stalwart defense of democracy up north here. The point being seized to the Ralph squad. And we got the ambulance ready here for Jibber. Quickly popping out the medics here. Interesting choice, then popping them back in. Maybe they thought there was a snake in the ambulance. Oh my god, there's a snake! Get out, get out! Oh wait, there's a stethoscope. You're a terrible medic. Well, I mean, you know. Yeah. North here, bit of skirmishing. Right, what the full Grenadier is looking up. Well, with the Sturm pioneers around, that's definitely going to be favoured here for Caesar. Ralph's certainly cannot withstand that many German troops. And for the center Kevin tried to catch the half-track. The half-track, I think, is doing an excellent job. They're staying clear of the Kednav's line of fire. And in fact, the Kednav now is taking so much damage here, I think Caesar may actually have to retreat it, because at this point, he actually risks the crew getting wiped pretty fast, at which point it's not going to do much for him, obviously. But there you go. Almost has a clear shot, hit the half-track. Tries the attempt here, but the shot goes off. Mark in, hits a squirrel instead. And there you go, catch the Lycanov, there you go, exactly the not missing error I imagine could have need for Caesar, but he managed to get Lycanov out there, but ultimately it does result in a total collapse in the center here for Caesar. As Jibber is quick to exploit this lapse in judgment by Caesar. And lack of additional anti-tank weapons. Now the Sturm Pioneer squad here for Caesar, very interesting choice, no cancels for an MD-34. Also an interesting choice, though not nearly as interesting as going for a second Sturm Pioneer squad. I mean, if he'd done that, I would have figured he might be planning like 2 Sturm Pioneer, and apparently cancels it for trucks. So I'm guessing Caesar here might be feeling a bit stressed out. He's slightly, you know, aggressively hot keying here, and he's just like, you know, constantly hitting the wrong one. He's got the truck ready here. Fresh advance. Then we got some upgrades now here for Caesar's men. We got a flamethrower there for the Sturm Pioneer. And we got the MP40s for the Feuersturm. Up north here, Ralph's got cap flank up behind the Feuersturm up north here on Caesar's command. We'll have to fall back with them soon. And I think Caesar here makes a sharp judgment, just retreating as soon as possible, rather than trying to, like, you know, hold out and fight longer and minimize overall casualties. And he still suffers minor ones. In fact, he suffers 2 losses there on retreat due to the captain's high firepower. In the center, half aggression 40 Sturm Pioneer with our pantry are completely toasty. Ralph's squad almost right, but they're wing up here, trying to take a shot at that half track, but looks like, yup, hits the sandbags and set there. But no American half tracks. We've got 9 kills on the half track so far, and no real damage done to it, by the way. I mean, so far, Jibber's been doing an excellent job at the half track. Again, it does help that Caesar hasn't been exactly able to, like, line up a great shot there. Also worth noting, he's actually using the manual reload ability on the half track as well there. Thumbs up to Jibber. Ground the sun field for the Feuersturm. Got BARs up there for his infantry, significantly augmenting their firepower. Pushed off north side and south side, we got full quad with the Ralph squad here, equipped with 1 BAR. That is a significant boost here. Caesar's men have no upgrades on the way there. That said, they do get a kill, but even with that, the bind shows that with even some losses, the Ralph squad still packs a lot of firepower. Half coming up here for Jibber, more infantry moving up in the wake of the half track. And far up north here, Caesar's 2nd platoon there is sweeping up the north side here from the Americans. In the center though, striking hard for freedom and democracy, Caesar's positions are once more caught in a pretty prickly position and will have to reposition in the face of such a stalwart American assault here against Caesar's position. We do get the M34 catching some of the troops, but it's also within range of the flamethrower inside the building, and thus forces Caesar to once more retreat. Schwer planted quarters up here, can authorize it, but can't go for any armor yet. Does go for an orbital squad first, and then tech. Thumbs up there, I think, but he definitely needs armor soon. As for Jibber, going for a pack howitzer now, spending some time away from any armor himself.
We can now deploy a smoke screen to blind the enemy.
But on a map like this, I think the pack howitzer is a very good addition. In general, though, most likely tend to be good on 1v1 maps, but in particular, I think the Faymonville approach, due to being much smaller, and in my opinion, not awkwardly designed there. Again, lots, I think, of just narrow spaces where artillery can be particularly effective. There's definitely an argument that the pack howitzers are particularly potent on this map. Up north here, the quickly rider full squad almost wiped out. The other one there with MP40s is definitely finding their schmeisers not quite cutting it. The pack howitzer arrives here for Jibber, freedom and democracy. Caesar in the center, heading southwards as well. Swift advance here for Caesar and the German army. The 6th Panzer Grenadier Company of the 15th Panzer Grenadier Division. Quick smoke grenade here. Off-screen line for the infantry line. The Volkskriegs closing as well there. Thumbs up. Nice push there by Caesar. Catches Jibber's Volkskriegs rifle squad in a bad spot though. I would have figured close in with the Volkskriegs is faster for more damage. Orbs uncaught here and suppressed. That did not quite pan out there for Caesar. Still some time to go from calling the armor, but at this rate, he does look like he's going to get out of tank faster here than Jibber. Though, of course, on the other hand, Jibber will hit Caesar most likely with a Sherman EC-8, commanded by none other than Brad Pitt. Fortifications there, half trip as the Volkswagen pushing them back. Showing the rifle squad there with the MP40s. He's trying to think to back into their position, but that may not work out against the MP40 Volksgrenadiers. And the Centillations there pushing 40, catching Caesar center once more in a state of chaos and forcing a retreat here for Caesar up north with the Volksgrenadier in pursuit here. The rifle squad being caught here out in the open now with a bar. Could just smoke the building, honestly, but he's already tossed a grenade, so he can't pop a smoke grenade as well there. Veteran feeder on the MP40. Volksgrenadiers in the south there, or south of that position. Ralph squad pushing 40. Could threaten here the other units with his encirclement. Definitely a dangerous situation there for Caesar. He is closing in on a tank, but there's still time to go here, and he loses access to at least one of the fuel points. That will definitely, I think, slow down significantly. As for Jibber, still an attack for him. He's going for an M1 anti-tank gun. At this point, Jibber is strongly anticipating that Caesar will be having a tank out before him, and so very wisely decides to bring an M1 anti-tank gun, maybe even two. No, you can send young people for Caesar. That I think is a bit of an oversight. Cop on hit affiliations, very good. Further south here, Fulton's with the point there. A lot of action, a lot of chaos. Got the pack house getting ready to bombard the Krauts. Captain's posted with the MD-34. Troops reinforcing healing. Northern fuel being claimed once more here by freedom and democracy. Worth noting, while he has riflemen, he's not actually making use of rifle defensive structures. Like, we're not seeing any sandbags or mines from Gibber's riflemen. Maybe nothing huge, but nonetheless, I do feel like it is worth pointing out. It feels like a bit of an oversight to me. For Norfolks, bit of a kill there. Ludwig finds himself quite dead. And Norfolk's Indy for the Volksgrenadiers. Pushing the raft to up the Sturmpioneer. Sturmpioneer is the we got the Volksgrenadier fort up, back up the Oberson. Still no upgrade for them, but he can upgrade them now. Wait, no, never mind. That's still cost. And just saying there was the Volksgrenadiers. Kind of wreck their cover and then allow the infantry nearby to just completely shred. The Volksgrenadiers can move forward again. Need to get that out before they get swapped here by Jibber's ensemble of gun-wielding Americans. Meanwhile, Caesar is closing on that Panzer IV, and Jibber is finally taking out himself. And meanwhile, the assault continues. The ball of death is rolling here, and Caesar is falling back in the face of it, except the machine hidden mech can somewhat hold up here. Particularly pops into the pissing around, so I think at the right time he could prevent the half-track from clearing out the machine gun. But so far, Caesar has not proven himself to be particularly keen on using this ability, though I would argue it is really good, and even more so on the MD-42.
There's a major reporting for action.
Northern point seized, Panther 4 there on the way for Caesar just as Jibber's major arrives. But then Jibber is significantly behind on fuel now due to some fairly good fuel control here by Caesar. And that could prove to be a bit of a problem here for Jibber. After acting forward C. Catch the cannon for there. But the cannon arguably also catches it. Mines here from Jibber. Thumbs up to that. Northern points being seized. Big push in the center from Caesar. Still upgrading the Obersoldaten. Oh, no, I was spoke too soon. I clicked on the Volksgrenadier for some reason by accident. So there you go, light machine gun ready here for the Obersoldaten. Significantly boosting their firepower here versus Caesar's men in the south here. Folks push back by the captain. Again, the barn there proving to be a significant source of firepower. The Sturmpioneer, though, are met here. And there you go, mine goes off. Further casualties heaped upon Caesar's men here as Jibber continues to form up a somewhat acceptable defensive line. Artillery called in to try and slow down the assault of Caesar, but nothing stops Caesar. At least not that. Up north here, mine goes off. Further casualties inflicted on Caesar and the German army. Northern point's been cleaned back here with Jibber, freedom, and democracy. The MD-34 in position as well here, grabbing the southern fuel point with the Obersoldaten. And we have the Panther already here signaling further problems with Jibber as he's only got one anti-tank gun to stop the Panther 4 Model J. He could rush out as Sherman, but part of me suspects he's more likely going to try and hold up for the EC-8. Which, while costing the same as a Panzer IV Model J, is significantly superior to it. Due to having, well, roughly I think the same armor, but crucially more health, better penetration, better accuracy, particularly on the move, and the ability to toss smoke and self-repair. Plus, you can even get more range for the right ability, so that is obviously very, very good. What's on the south of the draft squad here? Close one there. Ooh, and this is particularly problematic here for Jibber, but he loses the anti-tank crew. Fortunately for him, though, Caesar didn't have a follow-up until this attack mechanic to destroy the anti-tanker, meaning Jibber can recruit. Ooh, lost the anti-tank there. Going to the round, finally employed here by Caesar. Just a bit too late, but still pushes the machine to fetch 4 here. Infantry continue pulling through here. Panther 4 there. Trying to destroy the anti-tank does have some success, but Might actually be kind of worse here for Caesar if Jibber runs off like Kednev. I don't know. Got the anti-tank there. Good wreck there by Caesar. Troop reinforcing healing here. And we got another truck for Caesar. Mechanized red. He's going to like try and stall for the King Tiger already. That seems a bit ambitious up north. We're going straight for the ambulance here. Caesar is merciless. Jibber narrowly gets the ambulance drivers out of the ambulance just in time. Otherwise, that wouldn't have been an ambulance. That would have been a hearse on fire. Anyways, Panther 4% infantry there. Damaged engine will need to fix up pretty schnell here. Fire from the pack carts going to bombard away there at Caesar's position, causing some significant loss amongst this jump unit. Note the M1 sent from the pack carts was actually primarily meant for like airborne units and mountain infantry divisions, as they needed, shall we say, more light and more portable artillery. So, little fun side fact there. Troops for the center here for Caesar. There were a few regular infantry divisions that also had it, but primarily they were not meant to have it. And he's holding back the Panther over the damaged engine. Sherman easy ready here for Jibber. Of course, adding the Brat Pit Commander. Mines here for Jibber. That's going to cause further casualties among Caesar's men when they hit it. Easy hit rolling forwards here rapidly and aggressively here. There, go for immediately losing poor Dieter there. And Engelbert orders the entire unit just to retreat in the face of that freedom monstrosity there. Backed up the half-track here. Jibber is on the offense once more as the Germans completely caught off guard here. Pops up the crew here. Oh dear, could he actually plan to switch crews? He is! 2 points on the Dave scale. He actually utilizes the crew ability. There's like switch experience. 2 thumbs up to Jibber. My man. 23 kills, of course, now the veterans want to meet locked and opening up for focused gunnery. Very powerful turn here for Jibber against Caesar. And there's definitely a problem there for the Panzer IV. There you go. Great shot there right through the side armor here. Caesar was not ready for that. Because again, most American players never make use of this stuff, despite it being really, really good. South the advance here from Caesar, pushing back the Jibber's forces there. Sherman backing off here, very close to 2 already, of course. Fulton is there, pushing back the captain alongside aiming for the fort, ensuring that Jibber can't get a foothold next to Caesar's base. There's mostly got one in the center already. Easy hit here remaining a bit holding back for now. Probably Jibber's trying to figure out the right place to employ it, but without getting it just shot to bits. But there you go, like him to line of fire, of course, thanks to its focused gunnery, the EC8 can engage the Kednev at its max range. So yeah, fun one there. In the center of the force right here by Jibber's men. He's hit the move again, 24 kills, Panther move here. Caesar is going hunting here for Brant Pit. He's clearly not a fan. And there you go, Panther bounces off this Sherman's armor. Close 52 already, Panther 4, then there you go, penetrating hit in the EC8, but the EC8 is very close to 52 here, and there we go, Commandant's got shot there, bounces off the frontal armor, Panther 4, that almost got the EC8 here. Jibber will need to, in that case, he actually put it back to standard rations to increase its speed here, and allowing it to escape the Reich, maybe. Close call though. There you go, the Kednev there. Wait, did he? Yeah, there's one Jibber took from Caesar, by the way. The Zucker team's now employed here by Jibber trying to stop the Panther 4 and lost the Kednev here to Caesar and his merry band of Panzer Grenadiers. Panther 4 they push back here, need to seize or fix up the EC8 here, already rated 2 by the way there. Panther 4 diving out of the way here of Jibber's angry mob of gun-wielding Americans and following up with an anti-tank of his own here. In the east side, we're making good progress here with a few depleted units, just gobbling up as much terrain as he can here from Caesar, as Caesar does seem to be tunnel vision heavily on the center here, which arguably could work out in favor here of Jibber. You see it there, getting some assistance from Leeson to repair it. Thumbs up to Jibber, very good there.
A capture point is under attack.
Now the anti-tank there is almost ready for Jibber.
Anti-tank gun, ready for action.
Go. shooting the captain. That's going to be right past the veteran 2 orbitals done, and a lot of MP40 Fulton grenadiers. That could possibly sort of up there, go half on the scene, plus of course still the EC8 as well, so may just avoid a wipe here, and guessing that was a bomb grenade there, then I guess there was a mine nearby as well that went off. There goes Sherman getting Panterfiles here, damaging the engine there, and ruining Brad Pitt's, you know, lunchbox. Goddamn Germans. Bazooka team out in the Panther 4 there, Tank Rifle grenades punching holes into the Panther 4 there, Veggie 2, but also very close to destruction here. Up north, EC in close quarters action with Ken pushing back up side nearby. And there you go, Panther 4 desperately trying to escape here, but the Mage is on the hunt with his Bazooka team here. Can he take out the Panther 4 Sturmpew nearby? No! Could have maybe popped a concussive grenade, but they didn't, and the Panther 4 goes down. A significant loss here to Caesar, leaving Jibber with a distinct tank advantage now here with a Veteran 2 there. EC8 with 30 kills to his name. Nasty stuff here for Caesar. That is a definite problem. He's going for another Panther 4 here. MD-54 what as well. The casualties are piling up for Caesar now. It is a cavalcade of misfortunes. EC8 of course being repaired here by the crew. Back at it. Here troops reinforcing healing. Panther 4 number 2 halfway done here for Caesar. But definitely not so great developments there for Caesar, but amazing for Jibber. And there you go. EC8 is fixed up. Someone found a new lunchbox for Brad Pitt.
Sherman ready to go. Krauts are taking one of our points.
Since they don't do catering in Normandy. I know, how barbaric. EC8 setting out there, troops moving forward here for Caesar. And there you go, second Panther ready for Caesar. Southern points for the Rifle Squad. Opening up with the Fulton, he's got double chemtrails who punch some very large holes into the EC8. Most of them don't quite seem to hit the mark there. Giving me models actually getting close to like calling in another EC8. North E. Panther 4 charging to the building there, at least attempting to. Kevin's caught in a really bad spot in there. Got to take some heavy fire here from Jibber's forces. Could see one of the Kevin members wiped out here. Got grenades as well. That good shot from the hit. Oh, actually not a good shot. In the end, missed. The Kevin wiped up. Definitely a problem there for Season. The south here. Ralph Squad was the foot, but not great. Actually, with MP40s, they're not really going to do much of that range. That should be a win. It may take some time. There you go. EC8 catching the Panther 4 here. We got focused gunnery again here. Panther 4 there versus the EC8. EC8 got the Panther 4 down to half health, but the EC8 is close to half health. The Ked members right at the half-time pushing forwards here. Situation for Caesar just got incredibly dangerous here. And there you go. Brad Pitt scores a kill for freedom. Taking out the Panther 4 here. There is 2 Panther 4s down here for Caesar. No EC8 so far. Lit up in return. And soon with the second taken away. This is getting really uncomfortable here for Caesar. And he's lost a cannon that Jibber could either destroy or turn against Caesar. There you go. He grabs it and runs off. At least attempts to run off. But it will have to be actually successful. But even he isn't, and he is, it's going to be, nonetheless, I think, a significantly steep challenge ahead of Caesar now. Jibber's got a significant infantry force, of course, so does Caesar, but he's got machine guns, artillery, anti-tank guns, and crucially, he's got a lot more tanks, where Caesar's got none. So, quite the challenge for Caesar, looking pretty bleak for him, and the 15th Panzer going to do sure now. Not impossible, but it's going to have to require some tactical genius here from Caesar to pull a win out of this one, I think. Or for Jibber to like make a really, really big mistake. Like, I don't know, abandoning both EC8s right in front of Caesar's base, at which point that could technically result in Caesar like turning the game around if he steals 2 EC8s from Jibber. But, statistically speaking, I'd say that is very, very, very unlikely. There you go, 8 EC8, or near EC8, they're charging in there. There you go, crashes some poor sort here. And the other EC8 has also been upgraded with their own Pitt Cazenay, Timothy Pitt. pulling back there with the Brad Pitt one, super close to the ace level here. We got 351s to 10. Caesar still has a victory point advantage. Well, at this point, it almost feels like that's the only advantage he's really got left here versus Jibber, as Jibber, thinking us otherwise, is looking significantly advantaged. Fighting positions have been dug in as well by Jibber. Sandbags too. Captain rushing in there. EC8s have been dispersed so they can voice their support wherever they need to, just in case. Caesar has more tanks than Jibber's expected. Not a bad idea there. For the south, been caught a bit easy hit, half them in as well there. We got plenty of infantry too, but there you go. Kenev lands a decent hit on EC8, but obviously not enough to stop it. Up north, Panthers and half-tech Sturm units suppressed the east level, by the way. 13 kills, not too shabby. Grenades in the flux of the suppressed, push back here. The fighting position course going to be quite strong here. North side being claimed, but there you go. Jibber releases the northern EC8 there from the Serb and commits to the front line here against Caesar. Driving straight to the base here. Almost backing off though. Realizing he could suffer damage engine pretty quickly. Meanwhile, Caesar can soon go for another Panther 4, or he could go for Yak Panzer V here versus Jibber. We'll have to see what he decides to go for. I'd argue there is an argument for the Yak Panzer 4 to help deal with the armor more specifically, thanks to its better range, rate of fire, penetration, so on there. Since he's still got plenty up to even infantry right now, the issue is just the armor, so Yak Panzer might in fact be the better choice here for Caesar over a Panther 4. Of course, at this point, Caesar might be thinking he actually wants a Panther instead, though. He needs to grab that southern field point, though. So we'll have to see what it ends up with, and it is another Panther 4 for Caesar. Again, I don't think it's a bad choice. Again, the Panther 4, of course, is a nice, solid, in-between choice. I think the issue is just right now, this opponent having like 2 EC8s, one of them which is, you know, ace level now. I mean, it's an incredibly good EC8. I think just slightly undercuts the argument for Panzer 4 and rather strengthens the arguments for a Yak Panzer 4 to help deal with the armor a bit more efficiently here for Caesar. Because the EC8 until the Ace 1 are significantly favoured over the Panther 4 Model J, despite costing the exact same thing. So, I definitely strongly argue you may want to consider investing into Yak Panzers. That's going to have a much better chance of dealing with the EC8s and actually finishing them off too. But right now, Jibber's just using control of the map here. The 15th Panzer Gun Division is definitely bottled up here in its own base, and struggling to like find any sort of like, you know, access of advance here that can sort of like gain any progress for them against the 2nd Armored Division. Got 300 points left versus Jibber's 210. North here pushing forward with a significant force of infantry, catching infantry. There you go, another fighting position here. Jibber's taking, you know, plenty of advantage of the time here that Caesar's given him, but just where he did nothing to just begin building fighting position to make it harder then for Caesar to stage a comeback. So thumbs up to Jibber here. Again, excellent play there. We got Insignia. A white phosphor smoke barrage off here against Caesar to just further add further insult to injury. At this point, he all just needs to go for half track. He's actually got, you know, full doctrinal bingo, though. I don't think Jibber's going to go for that. Would be pretty neat, though. North there pushed back. Bazooka team, they're also forming up another obstacle here for any armoured advance there for Caesar. Got the ACC at the featuring Brad Pitt going for the Panzer 4. And there you go. Full squad about to get wiped out. Another stinging blow here to Caesar. Could be more will be added here. Panther 4 seeking refuge within the safety of the base. Well, relative safety at the base at this point, I think, is a much better way to put it. You get 282 versus 210 here. Situation for Caesar is looking pretty bleak. You see it going for it. There you go, another great shot there, pushing down to half health. Damage engine here from an anti-tank rifle grenade. Like Killing 4 trying to catch the EC8 instead. Gets caught itself here, and there's a good chance of wipe on it. Got the Ace 1 here featuring Brad Pitt going straight for the Panzer 4 there. Looking to deliver the killing blow here for freedom and democracy. And there you go. Caesar concedes a victory for Jibber, a victory for democracy. A fierce fight here with a lot of back and forth action. Some nice comebacks from Jibber, but also just good use of the commander here. Caesar, meanwhile, I feel like at times sadly made some questionable calls here, and I think didn't quite exploit his advantage well enough either here versus Jibber. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment, and again, consider pre-ordering Company 3 through the affiliate link that will be in the comments. And remember to use the code Propagandacast when you do so. So I actually get a bit of the cut of the share there. I'll just thank you all for joining in. See you all tomorrow for another Sunday episode. Bye.